Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion. We're in Erev Shabbat, Parashat Noach, and we read about the terrible flood that destroyed the whole world. And then Noach and his family leave the ark, and Hashem blesses them and says, "Vayvarech Elokim et Noach ve'et banav, vayomer lahem peru urvu umilu et haaretz." Hashem blesses them to grow, to have many children, that they should fill the whole world with their descendants. Bezrat Hashem, a wonderful blessing that they should continue growing. And then we read in the continuation of the parasha how this blessing actually appeared and how really Noach and his children had more and more children. And we see today how big mankind has grown. But it's interesting to see that this blessing in Parashat Noach that seemingly appears also in Parashat Bereshit appears twice here. I read in the beginning, "Vayvarech Elokim et Noach ve'et banav," but it appears again a few psukim later, "Ve'atem peru urvu shirtzu va'aretz urvuva." And Rashi already explains that the first pasuk is a blessing, the second pasuk is a commandment. It's true that the poskim bring also the psukim in Bereshit and learn from them a commandment, a mitzvah, to have children. But if you read the psukim carefully, only here the pasuk is written not as a blessing, but as a commandment. We have to fulfill this commandment of having children. What's the difference between a blessing and a commandment? A blessing, the way I understand it, is the way Hashem puts within our personalities, our hearts, our nature, to want to have more children, to grow, for mankind to want to survive and to flourish. So why do we need a commandment if it's something so intuitive? I think that after the flood, after mankind saw how bad things can get, how bad mankind can get, and how terrible nature can be, even if you have this intuition, you feel like you want to bring more children to the world, you look around yourself and you question yourself. Is it worthwhile? Is it the right thing to do? Is this the place where I want my children to grow? Do I really think there's any hope for something better? And therefore there's a commandment. Hashem tells us, and He commands upon us, and maybe He teaches us and shows us the way not to lose hope, not to give up on life, but to continue flourishing, continue growing, even in the hardest of times, to be able to leave the ark, look around and see the disaster, and to flourish, to have more children, to grow. And I think this is something very strong for us. To look around, we see all the challenges that we've been through in the past year and even this past month. We look around and we see things aren't always easy. But the commandment, pruvu, commands upon us to keep an optimistic view, to keep up hope, to keep up our faith in the fact that the world can be better, and to take part actively in turning it into a better place, to continue clinging on to life, making life flourish, grow, and turning the world into a better place. Shabbat Shalom.